to come in here today. I'm just managing, but just bear with my voice. Is the statement Atiku made that is a pan-Nigerian. That made me very sick and angry, and you can say furious, because you cannot call yourself a pan-Nigerian. A pan-Nigerian with a statement? I don't think he understands what a pan is, because to me, that's an offensive. Because people who call themselves Pan-Africans or Pan-Nigeria, these are men and women who use what they have to protect the interests of the country and the people who lives in it. And it was felt around that country to other nations to, copy the same language. These are called Pan-Africans or Pan-Nigerians, which he wants to qualify himself. That is totally useless. And I feel as a Nigerian, and I feel ashamed and as an African. Can he identify himself to people like Nelson Mandela, Julius Nyerere of Tanzania, of Patrice Lumumba, or people like Mobutu Sese Seko Wasambanga? Can he compare himself? No. So this is the reason why I tell Nigerians, we should listen, especially those who engage in clarifying this statement by these people with the lives of Pedro Obaseki, who understand English. Atiku is not speaking Chinese. He's speaking fluent English. To the Nigerians, I'm calling himself a Pan-African. And somebody like Pedro Obaseki who understands English and also a scholar, somebody who went to school, to come out and defend such people, making rhetoric like that, that is stunning. You see, this is the reason why I decided to join this platform. 3 years ago, when I joined, Mr. Nanjawash can bear me witness. And I stand today to tell you Nigerians, this fight, the spirit of this movement started from this platform. Go and ask anywhere. It started from this platform to change the status quo of Nigeria. They were laughing at us. I told you once here, some of you don't believe it. I think you need to go and play back the video. When we started, they called us different names. They told us that we were just joking. And some of these social medias who are claiming to be obedient today, that is why I tell you, you should be very careful in associating yourself with them. Because they are going to use this movement. It's annoying to me now because I have to stress my voice. Because they want to use this movement to try to climb their ladder. You cannot use something that God has created and use it for your own selfish interest. And people who are associated with this kind of people, God will judge you because you know what these people are up to. They are not for the good of Nigeria, for their own interest. They want to sneak to Obina because they couldn't get the money they want. And this is the cry. I come in here all the time. I continue to tell you. A northerner has just told you now exactly what is happening, what's been happening. But people still believe they are, oh, yes, sir, I'll carry on. You don't even know they are using. You cannot even do that. I want to beg you. You see what Pedro just told you. Somebody is using a religious, putting us in religious and tribal lines to divide the nation, telling the northerners, all the northerners, I am for you. Why couldn't you use the word the Nigerian? Why did Pedro not use that word? He's coming on to tell us, to indoctrinate us more because of your own stomach infrastructure. What are you going to gain, Pedro? You came on Nigeria Watch. I was there that day when you made that comment. I was there. When you said we are going to use this platform to change the status quo. Yeah, we are now. You thought we were joking. You went to research it. I was there. If you can hear me, I will take your mind back there. This is the problem of Nigeria, where you have people who believe they are top of there. They want to use you. I do not regret it. And I say to him, he should be ashamed of himself to defend that. You cannot change me. I stand as a Nigerian, and I stand as an African. And I'm going to associate myself with Pan-African leaders who believe that the interest of the people, the interest of that country is for them as well. You cannot divide us because you believe you want to put money in your pocket. No, Nigerian first. Not a northern, not a southern, not an eastern or a western. It is about us as Nigerians. It is very painful to see all these people coming out. The other candidate came out and said, they told you one thing. Listen to that word. Whether they like it or not, 100% I am going to win. Are you trying to suppress us as voters? Who are you? This is the thing you have to ask yourself. Who are you to tell us that you are 95% sure that you are going to win? Who gave you the mandate when we have not even done an election? That is what we call voter suppression. Open your ears and listen to these people. They are not giving you policies. They're not showing you the roadmap, but they're telling you they're going to get the power by force. How dare you? I sent you there. You didn't send me there. We sent you there. We should tell you what you need to do. You can't tell or continue to dictate for us. I told you that the era of indoctrination is over. We need to be teaching them education. And that is what Mr. Haruna have just said to you guys. Because I cannot come here and listen to these people talking, but some of us just believe that we want to watch the social media for fun. No. Because it is the time for you to wake up. Because it annoys me when you don't understand how many doctors are leaving Nigeria today, seeking greener pastures abroad. Go and look at our airports are filled up. Everybody wants to run away. Our brothers and sisters are dying in Libya. The Nigerian government just paid a blind eye to it. Why are they suffering? Why are they going through the Mediterranean Sea? Because of the hardship you inculcated them into. You caused. And now you want to tell us that that this is the time you want to fix the nation? For 20 years, what have you been doing? Did we get the dividends of democracy from you? The answer is no. What did we get? Division, tribalism, stealing our wet, and giving us peanuts. I keep telling you, number 6 oil producing nation in the world, and we still low below $1 a day. And our oil have been stolen every blessed day. Now that the candidate of the LP said, you have to ask the government what is happening to your oil. Now they started discovering every places where they have been stealing the oil. Why now? This is one thing you should ask yourself. Why now? This is your money. This is your wealth, not for them. They came out the other day and said, we should be asking all the candidates what they intend to do if given the mandate to rule. Not using tribal lines, not using ethnic bigotries. What is the candidate of the PDP doing now? Is he preaching good news or sharing chocolate? He's dividing you. So where is this punishment? Nobody. So it annoys me. I woke up and I said, what the hell this guy is talking about? And you want to rule us? Is that the person that wants to unite the country? My brothers and my sisters, you need to think twice. You need to think twice. If you are engaging with those people who are using the social media to deceive you and still continue to put their name there and say, don't worry, calling them Baba, I'm sorry for you, because the wrath of God is going to ask you. This is what God told Moses. Go and tell Pharaoh to let my people go. And that is the end. Obidati has come now to tell them, let my people go.
Thank you.
I am here to just give you that. I'm annoyed for somebody to call himself a pan-Nigerian with the nonsense comment he just made. No way. No way. Thank you. May God bless you all.
Amen, and bless you too, Israel. Thank you so much for the wonderful submission right there. God bless you. Thank you for giving the Pedro sense because, like you stated, thank God Atiku spoke in English. Maybe as me and speak Hausa, all of us go to wonder, say, is it that we don't understand what he said or they didn't interpret it to us very well? So I'm really glad he spoke in English, and I believe every one of us here understand English. So it was clear, it was clear. These people just think we are fools for them to come out and try to twist what somebody said. It's obvious what he said was glaring, it's crystal clear. I don't know what they even take us for, to be honest. People just do things just because of what they stand to gain. They are not even fighting for the future of the country. What do you expect when they all keep sending their children abroad to school and they go abroad for medical care and all of that? So they don't care. Every Nigerian should go to anywhere they want to go. They don't care. Thank you guys. Thanks so much for taking time out to do this with us today. God bless every one of you for taking time out of your busy schedule to do this with us. God bless you. I want to say a big thank you to Mr. Best Aminyekbe for the super chat. Thank you so much, Mr. Best. God bless you. May your pocket never run dry. And again, Bella Naomi, thank you so much for super chatting us again today. God bless you. May your pocket never run dry. To everyone who has supported us, either by liking, by sharing our broadcast, by commenting, by joining the panel, by lending their voice to the cause, I say a big thank you to every one of you. I see your effort. I see all you do. May the Almighty crown all of our efforts with success. I appreciate every one of you. I want to quickly take time out to acknowledge more people right there on the comment section before we move to Mr. Chibuzo. I can see Godwin right there. Oh my yes, corner. I see you. Gdima, I see you right there. Owadin Unos, thank you. Isaac Agriogu, thank you so much for joining. Guy Wanlele is also right here. Good evening to you. Thanks for joining. I see Jaja right there. Rita Adams, Unstoppable, I see you. Thanks for joining, Bella Naomi. Chris Ogenetega Maloney, I see you too. Thanks for joining us today. I really do appreciate every one of you for taking time out to do this. I can see Skystream America. Thanks for joining. I appreciate every one of you. Sayewere Monday or Morodio. I see you. June Obaseki, the Queen Valerie. Abiodun Isabella Ulame. I see you too. Andrew is also right here with us. Nana Roland. I see you too. Beatrice Okupa. Thank you so much for joining it. I appreciate every one of you. Please endeavor to like and share our broadcast if you are yet to do so. And do not forget to use the $ to the right on the comment section to support what we do here. I can see Princess Christian right there. Good evening to you. Thanks for joining the Mommy Diaspora. Always here with us, Mommy. Thanks for doing this with us. God bless every one of you. Now let's move straight to Mr. Chibuzo. Mr. Chibuzo, please, you have just 5 minutes to make a submission. Mr. Chibuzo, we cannot hear you, please.
Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Okay, it's better now. Yes, please go ahead and make a submission. You have 5 minutes. Mr. Chibuzo. Okay, yeah, I don't know. I think you have to fix that. I'll have to move straight to the next person because our time is already fast spent on asking questions. Um, we cannot hear you. Please don't mute yourself. Please kindly fix that sound and I'll come back to you. But in the meantime, I'd like to move straight to the next person before I come back to you. Please just try and fix that sound right there. Thank you. I'm going to go straight to Mr. John. Mr. John, good evening to you. Thanks for joining. Please, you have 5 minutes to make a submission.
Thanks, Kachi, and good evening to you as well. Yeah, I mean, I think in terms of Tiku's statements and Pedro's response, well, just to start, Pedro has a job. Generally, when people have jobs, I'm an employer, so I get this sometimes. When people have jobs, they tend to go above and beyond. Some people, when they get their job, they just they do their job and then they go home, and then some people go above and beyond. Pedro's going above and beyond. He forgets that one day that job will end. And, he'll be left with, the bed he made to sleep on. When you look at Atiku and what he actually said, it's quite clear. You don't have to have a PhD in linguistics to decipher it. Atiku is someone who's trying to play ethnic politics. What he would have said, if he's being genuine and honest, he would have said, you don't need an Igbo candidate, you don't need a Yoruba candidate, you don't even need a Fulani candidate. What you need is a Nigerian candidate. Now, everyone should know I don't believe in one Nigeria, but I'm analyzing what he's telling you to show you how dishonest he is. He would have said, you don't even need a Fulani candidate, you need a pan-Nigerian candidate who wants to work for the good of everyone. But he didn't say that. He went and explicitly said you need a northern candidate who's able to build bridges. So, to some degree, I don't even blame Atiku. In reality, who I really blame are the people. I don't really blame them. It's just what they want. It's their opinion. It's the people in the crowd who were responding positively. Because maybe what they actually do need is a northern president. Maybe they need an environment where they can fully express themselves. They can be whoever they want to be, and they can practice whatever sort of cultural, religious sort of freedoms that they want without being hindered by anyone else. So I kind of do agree with Atiku. Maybe the people in the North would be best served by someone who really understands what they want and could fully 100% cater to them. Maybe that's what they want. Maybe they don't even know it, but maybe they want self-determination as well. But I wouldn't blame Atiku. And in many of these situations, we focus on the person who said it, but we often overlook the crowd that they're speaking to. Whether you're talking about Mahdi and the crowd that was seemingly going along with what he was saying, or whether you're talking about Atiku and the people in the background that were cheering him on. So I don't necessarily think what Atiku said was incorrect for the crowd that he said it to. Moving on to Tinubu. Well, Tinubu seems confident because, I mean, where's the guy running for Labour Party senator position in Ebonyi State? Have they found him yet? Oh, they're still looking for him? They haven't found him yet. He's still missing. He's still abducted, right? So, I mean, at the end of the day, when you have power and you can use force to get what you want, and nobody seems to be able to stop you, then, it's like I said many, many times before I came in, when I used to come in before, there's a difference between hope and what you actually want and how to get it. So it appears that APC has the power to retain power. That's why the APC, the Labour Party Ebonyi State's senator candidate is still missing up until now. Please let me know when you find him. That would be very important, because if they can just disappear your candidates, that doesn't seem like you're going to have a winning strategy at the polls, because there will be no one to vote for. They'll all be missing. So, when you finally realize you're in a gangster country, it's like that Mobb Deep song, survival of the fittest. There's no such thing as halfway crooks. It's either you're a criminal or you're not a criminal. There's no half criminals. And the people in your government are full criminals. So you got to think about it like that. So there's a reason why Tinubu is confident. There's a reason why he's exuding that confidence, and is because he appears to have the power to do so. But the last thing that I'd like to say, because I don't think I remember any of the other stuff that we watched, I have to make a comment, Mr. Niger. You said something, you when I was talking, when the doctor came in, you mentioned Biafra. I didn't say anything about Biafra. And when you're in a debate, it's very, very, very important. Anyone who's a really good debater, and I consider myself a decent debater, knows that you lose when you fail to define the issues. So I'm not going to let people define issues for me. The problem with Nigeria for me is very, very clear. The irreconcilable differences of Nigeria to me are very clear. So while those in the north that are minorities that are being crushed by Fulanis at this point don't see a critical issue as Sharia law, I see that as a critical issue. And that is a critical issue that must be debated. It's not going to be waited to be debated. It's not going to come as a third issue or a fourth issue. It's a primary issue. So I'll continue to bring that up as the primary issue. I'm not going to let them push that back and say, oh, well, eventually they'll see how good society is, and then they're never going to do that. By then you'll have an emir of Edo State. So that's my submission, and I'll wait till my next turn. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. John, for your submission right there, and thanks for keeping to your time. We appreciate everyone here. Please, if you've not liked and shared, please help us to like and share this broadcast if you're here to do so. And also support us by using the $ to the right on the comment section. I want to say a big thank you to everyone who has super chatted us today, those on the comments, the panelists, and of course our lovely viewers viewing us from all over the world. Thank you all so much. We cannot spell success without you guys. Thanks. God bless every one of you. Now let's move straight to Mr. CM. Mr. CM, please, you have the floor. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Kachi. And once again, all protocols observed to the rest of the crew. Actually, I think what I'm going to say will have to revolve around what Atiku dished out. Then the spin doctors like I didn't know Pedro Obaseki was one of them. I was waiting for Dino Melaya or the other one, Daniel Boala. I think these are the two people speaking for Atiku. You see, the thing about some of these things is that I have to take it very simple. The thing about this is this. Sometimes it is not really what they tell you about somebody is what matter, but what you can conclude about the person. That is what should guide you in dealing with the person. Somebody might tell you CM is this, CM is that. Yes, you keep it at the back of your mind. But what will guide you is you come close, you observe. Probably if you observe, you will see more, far more than the person told you. Or you might not confirm anything. It might just be a concocted wide imagination. So look at the article. The article was one of the first to take a PDP form, just by way of down the memory lane. At that time, they were still saying they've zoned the what is it called? They've zoned the chairmanship to the north. Yosha, you came unopposed. And they were saying, why can't they zone the other to the south? They said, no, they will leave it open, throw it open. We want what did they know? All this competent, their language. Atiku quickly bought form. And people said he has bought him for how can they do? Before you know it, Dino Melaye come up and start to say this is a unifier. Atiku is a unifier. He's a household name everywhere in the country. He had children virtually from every local government, whether registered or unregistered. All those things, and you start to wonder what will having children all over the country do to a bag of rice? Whether it will bring it down to where it was in 2014, or it will keep it at 35,000 or above. So what Atiku said, let me not give so much of a background. What Atiku said, or for those of us who are deeply religious, they say, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh or speaks. So what Atiku said is exactly his thinking. He felt that he's in the middle of with his people, that they should not. Nigeria they do not need the Igbo president. They do not need the Yoruba. All they need is him as a Fulani, if I understand it very well. Okay. Now the question is, as an Igbo, do I need a Fulani president? Do I need that? Is just to ask Atiku. If I'm to face him, I say, look, you've told your people they don't need Igbo and Yoruba president. Have you asked the Yoruba whether they need a Fulani president in you or the Igbos? You see, the earlier people understand Atiku for what he is, the better for the person. This man will be more dangerous than the one who is there now. At least with that one, probably you know where you stand. But with this person that is coming, in fact, I pity Pedro Obaseki. That Obaseki brand, he has tarnished it. But it is not for me to say whether they will still, whether the blemish he cast and he has left on the Obaseki brand will ever be removed, because I felt so disappointed that Atiku spoke English language. At least I'm capable, I can understand English and I can interpret it. I can even translate it into some languages. So Atiku spoke English language very clear. Now Obaseki took it upon himself to come and interpret English to me. That is an insult. That is a terrible insult. You can't interpret what Atiku said. I had it the way he had it. He can understand it the way he wants to, but he cannot interpret it to me. He may interpret to other people, but not to me. So what Atiku is telling us is Atiku is just an ethnic bigot. I want it to be, that is the headline said by me. Atiku is just an ethnic bigot. It's as simple as that. There is no other way to put it. If we must go by recommendation, we could have been asking ourselves, what made Obasanjo? You can dismiss somebody. I could say anything against you, maybe say you get out all this, or I don't trust you, all this. It's okay. But for me to put it in writing, and when you put it in writing, you put it in a book, in which any book that has got what they call ISBN, International Standard Book Number. It's not like handouts on some hungry lecturers sell in the university, in which you can't find it in a bookshop. No matter whether they like, let them do some artistic impression behind it. No. But when you say a book has got ISBN, International Standard Book Number, you can buy it from any part of the world. That's what it's trying to tell you. And that ISBN number is unique for that book. No other book in the world. So Obasanjo documented it in his My Watch, volumes 1, 2, 3. A very big volume, a great work like that. He put it in black and white that what Atiku did. Let us go and look for the book and read. I've read an excerpt somewhere. And up till today, Obasanjo has not issued another edition to retract, remove, because there are some books we read in the undergraduate days. As you go on, you see 28th edition, 30th edition, then they will be changing. So Obasanjo has not issued another edition to retract it or remove it. And the article, people will tell you he established university, has got a master's in anything, or whether he went to Cambridge. Atiku has not written a book as a rejoinder to counter what Obasanjo wrote. That should tell you something. That is where I base my own logic. So whatever Pedro Obaseki is saying regarding Atiku's character, that is immaterial to me. Until Obasanjo issues another edition of that book to retract that, or Atiku responds with his own edition with his own book. That is when I will know. But as for now,
Okay.
my time is up. What Obasanjo says stays. So nobody should be fooled. It's only Obi in this race. Atiku is just an ethnic bigot. In fact, Atiku will even enthrone something more deadlier so than Boko Haram. And like somebody has been saying before, he has a finger in the people who brought in Boko Haram. So whatever Atiku is pretending or all this, you can go and marry from Urobo because he need Urobo vote. Tomorrow, if he didn't work, he divorce the lady and then go and marry from maybe Efik. If he didn't work, he tell you, all these things are just make believe. We do not want it. The man has told the world what he is, an ethnic bigot. He made it open. This is not a case of being misquoted. No, it's on tape. He said it clear and in a very simple English. It's not ambiguous. He's not using big words as to bamboozle you. No, everything is clear. So for you now, when you see that, you say, thank God that you've narrowed the race now to be as simple as that. So there's no going back. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. CM. I'm saying it again. Thank God he said what he said in English. Thank God he didn't say it in a language that would say, okay, oh, maybe we not to understand the language or the best way interpretant to us no interpret and well. I'm really glad he said everything he said in English. Even anybody can understand what he said. So I don't know why they're trying to twist what he said. Thank you once again, Mr. CM. Thanks to everyone who has contributed so far. Please help us to like and share the broadcast if you were yet to do so. And do not forget to use the $ to the right on the comment section to support what we do here. Thank you all so much and God bless you. We have Madam Rita here on the phone. Madam Rita, good evening to you. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, good evening, Kachi. Thank you very much for accepting me. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Mama Diaspora and Sasiem. I'm just going to be quick. What I wanted to say, I think Sasiem said a bit of it in the beginning of his speech, but it's unfortunate I wasn't here when Dr. Haruna was speaking, but I kind of played back what he was saying. Now, I want to respond to Mr. John E. And I'm very happy that you listened to Dr. Haruna, and I'm very happy you asked those questions because in as much as Dr. Haruna explained the reason why he always take out religion and ethnicity out of his preachings, you came back again just before Mr. CM just spoke. You repeated yourself again. You said, you're not going to take out, the fact that, in the lines of, the Sharia law, or they want to, they want their own people to, take the heads of affair in the north. I mean, you're talking like a separatist person, and even if you don't say the word, any intelligent person will know what you are driving at. Dr. Haruna has said this, and I'm going to reiterate it again, just like the question you asked. As per the Sharia law, as per ethnicity, those are not the ingredients to interject when you are in a political scheme of things, or when we are in this kind of season. Those are not the things you project. Every tribe in Nigeria, every region has one point of agitation or the other. Everybody. It's not just the Igbo people. Everybody at some point. Even this Niger Delta thing with Tompolo, because it's Ijo, we have seen the Yorubas come out. You will see Shakiri Group will also come out again and say, why did the federal government give Tompolo that contract? There is agitation in every part of Nigeria. Ports, I repeat, ports. Anybody who wants to bring out those issues of Biafra, IPOB, Niger Delta, whatever, it is not helping the situation of convincing the undecided or the confused voters to vote for Peter Obi for president. So no matter how you keep on bringing, I'm speaking to Mr. John, no matter how you stylishly want to bring this separation of Nigeria, or the Northerners should say, okay, maybe they need separatists, you can't even do that when you don't have someone that has their head screwed in the right direction like Peter Obi. You can't even complete any agitation. You can't even talk about referendum with this kind of evil government we're having. How difficult is it for you to get to the skull of, people with this kind of ideology like Mr. John? How difficult is the more you guys keep trying to bring that issue of separation, the more you keep trying to bring the issue of Biafra or what, it's not working. It hasn't worked in the past. It's not going to even work in the future unless you have somebody whose head is screwed in the right direction like Peter Obi. We must get to it stage by stage. Before you get to a pyramid, it starts from the bottom. You cannot build a pyramid from the top. It starts from the bottom. Where we are right now is we are trying to convince the undecided voters. We are trying to educate, just what Mr. CM is always doing, and so many others. We're trying to educate people who are listening to us. We're trying to educate somebody like if you live in the north now, like what Dr. Haruna is saying, he lives there. He was born there. He has identified what the problem is. He understands the psyche of a regular northerner. Like how you explain what Northern, I'm talking about Hausa, different tribes and all that. He understands the psyche already of these people. So that's why he's not going to even bring Sharia law as a yardstick for me to say, okay, as a Northerner, you want to put the Sharia law there, that will make you vote for me. That's the card Atiku is trying to play. He's trying to play tribe now by saying Northerner. But when they're in that government, they don't. It's not about Northerners, it's about themselves and their family, and that's what Dr. Haruna is trying to preach out. If you've never been in the North, Mr. John, I don't know if you've been to the North. I have been in the North. I have stayed in the North for a little while in my life, and I understand where Dr. Haruna is talking about. Now, you cannot disturb the psyche of Ghana people that, let us talk about Sharia law, or let us talk about, okay, who's going to be is he a Northerner that's the best person to rule them? No, please, let us stop that kind of talk. It is not healthy with what we are trying to actualize. Is Peter Obi. That is the discussion, and we continue to discuss it. And I will counter anybody that wants to bring any separatist group, whether stylishly or directly. I'm here to counteract you respectfully. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Rita.
May I please respond quickly?
Yes, you will. Yes, you will. But
yes.
Just give me
just
a
quickly,
second,
since she just spoke, since it's fresh in my mind, I'd love to respond.
Okay, please go ahead. Please, you have 1 minute, please.
Yes, sure. Thank you very much, Rita, for expressing your opinion. Your opinion is always delightful to hear. One, I didn't speak about anything related to Biafra, but when you talk about division, topics that create division in a country, Sharia law is one of those topics that create division within a country. And if you heard what I said in terms of debate, Debate is won not when you have fancy arguments. Debate is won when you are able to define what the issues are. You define the issues. I'm not going to let other people define issues for me. Sharia law is an issue. Now, if you follow what the gentleman was actually saying, he said it's something that can't be discussed. Even though it's a very developed country, they've had time to do whatever they want to do, they're still having problems with Sharia law, where Sharia law is pretty much causing a big problem within their society because people are moving in, creating areas where it's Sharia law, and they're banning people in London from having alcohol, from doing certain things in these Sharia law restricted areas. So when I say things are an issue for me, I'm not going to put them as a back burner. You're saying you want to create a united country, but someone is literally telling you they are unwilling to discuss things unless it's going to burn the country down. And then you're talking about Biafra. Did I say Biafra? Rewind the tape. I didn't say anything about separatism. I didn't say anything about Biafra. I didn't say anything about IPOB. I didn't say anything about Nnamdi Kanu. I mentioned something which is core to the Constitution of Nigeria, which is that states cannot adopt religions. And in 1999, unless you're unaware, 12 states in the North adopted Sharia law as their state religion. And as you heard the gentleman earlier today, he said that they're willing to burn it all down if you talk about Sharia law. So I'm not going to stop making that an issue because this is one of the most important issues out there. Thank you very much. And please stop trying to categorize me as a separatist. There's the right to self-determination is not a crime. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Mr. John, for that clarification. I also want to say thank you to Alexander Gomez for the super chat. Thanks, Alexander, for your continuous support to Nigeria. God bless you. We really do appreciate your wonders platform. Now, let's move straight to the next panelist for today, which is Just For You. Just For You, please. You have the floor for the next 5 minutes. Thank you.
Okay. Can you people hear me very well?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello?
Just For You. Please go ahead.
Okay. Excuse me, please. I greet you, panelists. I greet you, everybody, both the comment section and the viewers. Before I go to the topic of the day, I just want to make my own opinion. Judging from we all are, fighting to see the beauty of Nigeria. Seeing what is going on with this Buhari administration and the oil theft and corruption and the military, what they are doing. It's a good thing for me to make this suggestion. I know people will attack me, different people with their opinion. The problem we are having is the military problem, the military. Buhari as a dictator, somebody called him a general at that time. People were saying, why did the person said general? There were people that were against that man. He's supposed to say president. I come to the opinion that if they should make a law in Nigeria that anybody above sergeant should not contest for governor or president. You can be a senator because a senator you cannot dictate. You only bring your opinion there. You can be a commissioner or a minister. But governor, where we are having problem is the governor and the president. So I just quickly want to make that comment. If there should be a law, if we can make anything towards that direction, to ban all these people, because when they come to power, they still use their old general and major general to perpetrate evil. You see what that the person they said they sent to Republic of Benin as what they call it, ambassador. You see what that man did to Nigeria and the killings. So I think it's very, very important. I'm just making that my own suggestion. So back to the main topic. You see, yesterday I talked about, just thank God that what I spoke yesterday, it materialized today. I said, if anybody can go back to that yesterday, I said, this man will do worse than Buhari, this PDP man, Atiku. I said he's going to do worse than Buhari. I said it and I appealed. I spoke at length that yesterday. So, and today now, it's surface. So it's not surprising to me because when you are seeing something, most of us, we read history and most of us, we are advanced. So we have seen coups upon coups and we have seen different governments. So when people are saying something, you already know the history of those people. So when we say something, like myself, before I come here, I will say something and I will not regret it, and I'm not going to make a appeal for it because I compose myself. So I think somebody, Nigeria Watch, mentioned, I think it's Atiku or APC, that said the 3 tiers of government is police, army, and a navy, something like that. That day I was laughing. I think some Nigeria Watch can even still correct me. Is that either Atiku or Tinubu? You imagine somebody, you never get to that position. You don't even know Atiku has been running for presidency since 1992. You don't even know the 3 tiers of government. So how are you going to govern the people? The problem with Nigeria is that what comes to my pocket, and this time around now, awareness is being passed all through, and people are beginning to wake up. And I want to reiterate again, please, I beg all Nigerians in this platform or whatever platform you are talking, please let us eschew division, let us eschew tribalism or any form of anything that will, destroy this our goal. Let us work in unison. I even still stated that in my comments. So let us work in unity and speak in one voice. Our goal, our priority is Peter Obi to come to be a president. Because 100%, just as that man has said, I said it yesterday, that I have the belief that when he got there, he's going to do the right thing. Forgetting that he doesn't have the majority or so, he doesn't have this one. It's not the majority that will tell somebody not to bring light. It's not the majority that will tell somebody not to construct road. What they are doing is that, do you believe that how many billions of naira they used to amend, or they say they want to renovate National Assembly? The following, I don't know whether it's up to 3 months. The rain fell. All of them were soaked inside National Assembly. What does that mean? It's only the blind person will not know what it means. The president only went there to bribe them. We don't have 3 tiers of government in Nigeria. All we are practicing is oppressive government. That's what we are practicing. Where a court will issue something, this is or judgment, president will say no. That is not democracy. So this is the right time now that we make everything correct. So concerning what the other man have made, the comment has made, I want to tell Nigerians that people have already been paid. People have been paid, and these people are blindfolded by money. They sold their life. They have sold their life to the devil. They sold their life to the money. Tell me, what money is a denominator you're looking for? A person, only one Lamborghini. You know how many millions, hundreds of millions of naira you use to buy one Lamborghini? He has 3. I watched the live interview with Arise Television. He has 3. He has 3 in a Ferrari. He has 3 all these expensive cars. What are you still looking for? In all this while you have been there, what have you benefited? Which anybody that benefit from you, from your government? Nobody. These people that are doing that, if we should not be surprised, because these people, they are working for their money. They have sold their life to the devil. They have forgotten about tomorrow. You and I, who are the obedience, anybody who is obedient, they are not working for any money. Nobody give any money. I can assure anybody for that. All of us are working for the betterment of Nigeria. Look at Goro that just speak now. Nobody is working for him. He put his life at stake. You and I, we put our life at stake, because nothing a desperate man cannot do to get through. I want to take this one to Nigerians. Okay, Tinubu have already signed an agreement with Buhari. I always say anything that I know, I have the conviction, even though I'm not there. They have signed an agreement. Buhari never support Tinubu. That is why Tinubu said, what they Omileko or something like that. That is my turn. But immediately he went to see Buhari with this young man. Buhari said he's convinced that they will win. What gives you the right now that you are convinced? Because they want this
Okay.
man to continue. These are our terrorists. So I appeal to all Nigerians, let us work together. Let us work in unity. Let us speak with one language. Let us forget about who comes, who did not come. Let us forget about everything. Anybody that
Thank you.
comes, we accept everybody and work so that Peter Obi will be there. God bless Nigeria. God bless everyone.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so much just for you. Speaking of the Lamborghinis where they no fit drive for road because of the bad road for Nigeria. Like I don't even understand what the purpose of having such cars in Nigeria when the road doesn't even favor you to even drive them. It's just they're very funny. It's very, very funny to be honest. Anyways, thanks once again just for you for the wonderful submission you just gave right now. I say a big thank you to everyone who has contributed so far. The panelists, the commenters, and of course the wonderful people viewing us all over the globe. Now let's move straight to the next person we have here for today. But guys, endeavor to like and share this broadcast if you are yet to do so. And peradventure you just stumbled on our page for the first time and you like what you're hearing already and you like what you see, please endeavor to subscribe and also hit the notification bell so you can always be notified whenever we come on air just like this. Thank you all so much. God bless every one of you. Now let's move straight to Mr. Chooks Obibuweze. Good evening to you, sir. Thanks for joining. Please, you have 5 minutes to make your submission. Thank you.
Yeah, good evening, Kachi. Good evening, fellow panelists and our viewers. I want to start with Atiku. It's the problem we have in Nigeria is we telling ourselves the truth. Atiku, he claimed to be a unifier while making such a statement, and people and some media houses are coming to tell us that he was misquoted. This is the pure fact. We are not telling ourselves the truth, and most of the times, is either we try to dodge it or try to say it to be politically correct. If we want a good country, we shouldn't be afraid to speak the truth. I'm not saying anybody shouldn't have opinion. Everybody have their opinion, and their opinion is how it pains you. Okay, somebody like me, I will be angry. That in the South, I will buy beer and drink beer that is poisonous to me, right? And the tax will be shared up north, where I don't ask you to drink, but people living in the north cannot drink. In fact, let us not continue to deceive ourselves. Okay? If we want to get things right, we need to say it as it is. This is how nations survive. This is how they build nations. When we come, those things that are bothering us, we say it and discuss it and find solution. Kachi, I had the question you asked Mr. Haruna. I clapped for you when you asked that question. Unfortunately, I was driving, so I couldn't ask him question. Okay? And he managed to escape that question. I was born and brought up in the north, to be precise, Kanu, and I have families all over Kaduna. The problem the Hausas or the minorities in the north are facing is the killings of the Fulanis. Let us say it as it is. Let us say it as it is. They are coming out today to join the movement because they are suffering. The only reason why Nigeria has not divided, I tell everybody who cares to know today, is because of the amount of minorities in the north. It is the amount of minorities in the north. Even Obasanjo himself have said it, that if the South goes, those people, what is their fate? So we cannot come here trying to say, hey, we need a new beginning, and we cannot speak out the truth. We cannot say it as it affects us so that we fix it once and for all. I get it. We are trying to bring Obi, but that does not mean we cannot say something. If Obi gets there, he needs to deal with it. Because this question of having two laws operating in one country, I'm not comfortable with it. I am not. Because that tells us that Nigeria is divided north and south. And that is why Atiku has the impetus to say what he said. I bring everybody back to this. I listen to Baba Ahmed, the Northern Elders, I think, secretary or leader, right? He said, anybody who wants to be president will have to come to the North, and the North will tell them what they want. Look, if I say this, does that make me a separatist? That person who is saying that is the real separatist. What is enough? What is this? Instead of him to say, you should come to us, we tell you what Nigerians want. What does the North want? Does the North want to tell us, oh, if you don't tell you what you do for us or how you rule us, you cannot be president? Just like Atiku made the statement in Enugu, that it is through him that an Igbo man will become a president. And he's telling us he is a nationalist. Look, Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, most Igbos, or indeed Southerners, hate him today. Why? Because he's a nationalist. When the Hausas was shouting Araba, Araba, meaning divide, divide Nigeria, he was one of the people that stood, said no. And he has that hatred till tomorrow. Are we afraid to say so? So when people come here and bring out their dissent, I'm not attacking anybody, but when people come here and says, this is something that is bothering me, we should allow the person to explain it, because I know people are still listening to us. Because if we cannot, how many times have we called a national conference to talk? Go and watch so many national conferences we've organized. You see the people that is kicking against it. Shetima currently said, restructure my foot. Are we going to be silent about that? No, somebody like me cannot be silent about that, because it affects me. Because all this effort I'm putting that Obi goes there, I am having a hope and confidence that he is going to restructure the country. Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Chuk, so what, because I'm trying to understand you, right? I'm just taking time to see if you're going to hit the nail. I'm trying to understand what exactly you're saying, because you're taking a little bit of here, a little bit of there, a little bit of there.
Okay, what I'm trying to say in essence is this. Yeah, when we come here and say this is our destiny, let us not continue to attack each other. Because like what Mr. John said, it's a great concern to people like me. I'm not in a way advocating for Nigeria to be divided, but when we want to tell ourselves the truth, Nigeria is divided. I give you this example of Baba Ahmed saying anybody who wants to be president will come to the North, and the North will tell the person what they want. Are we not divided already? So we cannot continue to pretend it doesn't matter. It does matter.
What are you saying? So what are you saying, Mr. Chooks? What exactly are you saying? Because
what I'm saying is,
yes, what are you saying?
What I'm saying is, right, in essence of what Mr. John said, right, that he is concerned about the Sharia law. Okay? I don't want people to come here and you say, you shouldn't be talking that, because if you say that, you're a separatist. No, I don't believe in that, because he is saying what is real. It is real that, like I gave you an example of Baba Ahmed. When you say, the problem is we're not reading meaning into what these people are saying.
So what are you saying can be done right now? What are you saying is, what are you should be done right now?
Okay, what I'm saying is, it is not good we shut people down, right? Because the likes of Obi and the Labour Party, we know that these are things troubling Nigerians. And when they get there, they should be able to deal with it. Because you cannot tell me that if Obi comes today and still allows that we are operating Sharia law and the secular law. I'm not gonna be happy, even though he's a southerner being there. I don't care. What I care is what affects me and my family. Like I said to you, my family is still in Kano today. They cannot drink alcohol. They cannot walk on the street the way they want.
All right, no problem.
Not because they are breaking any law. Not because they are breaking any law that constitutionally Nigeria has put in place, but because he is not from this place, and they will tell you, look, my family have lived in Kano for decades, even before the war, the civil war. That's what I'm trying to say. And I know they're feeling there's some certain business you cannot do that is legal, and yet they get the VAT from that, they share among the VAT. So these are the concerns that concerns Nigerians, and that is why I don't want people to continue to shut people down because they think they are separatists. I have never advocated a separate country because I know the bigger we are, the greater we become. But I want to say this clearly. Let us not continue to say this because there's a lot of problem in Nigeria. If you see what Mr. Haruna said here, most of them, he doesn't want to say it as he is, as big as he is, because he is just like he explained. He doesn't want to go to touch on certain things because of outbursts. Come on, we are Nigerians. You're telling us that somebody can burn down a country because you say remove Sharia, and you want us to keep quiet? No.
All right, thanks, Mr. Chooks.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Yeah.
That's fine, thank you. But I think the long and short of it is, and like what Madam Rita was saying earlier on, is you don't build a pyramid from the top. You have to rebuild it from the bottom. So in order for us to effect some sort of change that we all are looking for, we have to start somewhere. We can't start from the top. We all know that the government we have right now are people who do not listen to us. So as telling these people to do this or do that, they don't listen to us. So we need to get the right people in power first before even asking for, this stuff. So we all know for these things to work, we need to get the right people in power. I do understand your worries. I do understand your concerns. But please, let's focus on getting Peter Obi to that seat first. Then we can start asking for all of these things. Once again, I want to say a big thank you to Mr. Alexander Gomez for the super chat again. Thank you very much, sir. We really do appreciate you for your continuous love and support to Nigeria Watch. We really do appreciate every one of you. Thanks to everyone who has contributed so far, the viewers and of course the commenters. We do appreciate every one of you. God bless you. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We're going to go straight to the next person we have here for today. That will be Mr. Chris. After then, we have the last panelist for today. That will be Mr. Son of God. Mr. Chris, please, you have the floor. Thank you. You have 5 minutes to make a submission. Thanks.
Okay, good afternoon,
Good afternoon, Mr.
members. Can you hear me?
Mr. Chris, loud and clear. Please go ahead. 5 minutes.
Okay, thank you, everyone, especially my big brothers here and everyone here, all those who are watching. Thank you, everyone. Well, let me go straight to what Atiku said. What we are suffering in Nigeria is ethnicity and tribal ethnicity and religion. That's what we are suffering in Nigeria, and that's what keep us back. That's what drawing us back. Not only Nigeria, but entire African nation, because I have been many nations in many countries: Kenya, Benin Republic, Ethiopia, South American world, even Asia. You see, I find out that we African, what we are suffering is the religion and ethnicity. That's what we African are suffering. Because there's tweets. This guy tweeted, what's name? Festus Kemayo or Festus Kemayo. There's something he tweeted according to a 1999 constitution in electoral act. section 97, sub 1A. He said that using ethnicity and religion to in the campaigning election is a crime against the Electoral Act. If I'm wrong, I stand to be corrected. That any person that used that will detain 6 months in prison or pay fine of 1 million naira. But when we look at ourselves, are we obeying the law? Are we obeying the what God says? Because in Nigeria, not only in Nigeria, but in Africa, let me use in Africa. In Africa, the leaders are superior to the law, are supremacy to the law, while the poor are subjected to the law. Because if we took what Constitution said, the Electoral Act said, what Tinubu said in Morocco, when he was either in Ogun State or Ekiti State, he said that he's turned to rule Nigeria, that he bought Buhari, he made him president, and the Atiku said that Northerner don't need Yoruba or Igbo candidates. Okay, Northerner need a Northerner. So that totally tell you that these people that are ruling us, they have interest of Nigerian first. Because the biggest, Atiku is one of the biggest problem Nigeria have. Atiku is one that contributed 50% of Nigerian program during his him and Obasanjo administration, privatization policy. They are the people that are responsible for Nigerian problem. Atiku sold many Nigerian assets. Ekotobas. All these things, Atiku sold all of them. I know. Atiku is one of, if you say Nigeria doesn't have electricity, Atiku have responsible in it. Hand in that one. So, you see, these people has future of Nigeria first. When I was in Kenya, that's when I keep on talking to my fellow students. I said that whatever you are doing in Africa, have interest of Africa first. Have African in mind first. Let me tell you, I have been in so many African countries. We can see their leaders living flamboyantly, driving expensive private jets, driving expensive Rolls Royce. But look at their standard of the school. Because when I was in Kenya, in Nairobi, I live in Nairobi, Kasarani, in apartment called Rosa Apartments. I walk so many cities, villages, to check how the standard of the life, how the standard of education, where Kenya is better in terms of tertiary academy. But go to the other local villages like Kisumu, Risambo, Tika, go to Benin Republic, go to so many areas, many villages, you will cry for Africa. But why we have abundant natural resources, our leaders keep on exploiting us. Somebody like Atiku in all over Africa, not only Nigeria. Look, go so many areas in Africa. Why African children are dying miserably? Check their schools. Check their schools. Check everything. Come to my country, Nigeria, where all we are blessed with natural resources. By rights, let me refer you. Atiku has many groceries in Dubai. This man has many groceries in Dubai. Did he have interest of Nigeria? Did he have interest of Nigerian people at heart? They believe in exploiting us. Do you know how many times Atiku won presidential election? Okay, God forbid, if Atiku get that Aso Rock, he will recover the whole money he wasted during the electoral the past campaign once and for all. He will recover the entire money. I don't believe in separatists. I believe in what? One Africa. Because I believe if we Africa stand strong and unite, like I believe in one Africa and I believe in one Nigeria. That if we stand strong, we can take a better destination What make us what? Bad leaders. Bad people like Atiku Abubakar. These are people that are responsible for Nigerian problem. And look at EFCC, who's supposed to arrest this man and dining with him. I was watching Nigeria when they celebrate what's name? You see,
Okay, Mr. Chris, can you please round up, please?
Okay. You see,
Okay, thank you.
Nigeria will think what they need. Let them vote wisely. Let us not make mistake, because we have suffered a lot. We need Nigeria to stand as like Eastern African Federation. Like how Eastern African are forming a large military strong body and economic body. We need Nigeria to stand strong. We need a right candidate, which is Obi, to lead Nigeria to better this nation. Look at our ECOWAS collapsing. I rest my case here for now.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Chris, for that wonderful submission of yours. Guys, please help us to like and share the broadcast if you are yet to do so. And do not forget to use the $ to the right on the comment section to support what we do here. Like we always say, coming out here every day to do this, my guy, no be beans. You know, a lot of resources goes into making this a reality. Please support us. And peradventure you just stumbled on our page for the first time and you like what we're doing here, endeavor to subscribe and also hit the notification bell so you can be notified whenever we come on air just like this. Thank you all so much, and God bless every one of you, everyone who has contributed so far, everyone who has super chatted us, the commenters, and of course the viewers watching us from all over the globe. Thank you all so much. God bless every one of you. We're going to go straight to the last panelist for today. Oh no, we have Mr. Kel too. We're going to go to Mr. Son of God. Son of God, please, you have 5 minutes to make a submission. Thank you very much.
Hello, good evening, Kachi. Good evening, everybody on the panel. I hope you've all had a good day today. Right, I just joined in just to make a little bit of the contribution. Right, so I didn't let me comment on the Atiku one because I think that's been in the news. You might have to update me on what the Haruna man, even though I'm aware of him, because I think he's one of these Christians from the north. Is quite vocal. Right, let me start with the Atiku one. Obviously, what's happened is that it's quite clear that Atiku obviously, I think he's beginning to realize that he's up against it. So when somebody gets desperate, they start doing stuff. They start doing things like he's doing at the moment. Because that statement that he made, obviously he made it because he felt he was in his own environment, and he decided that he's quite desperate. He wants to kind of sell himself to reduce the politics of this time to what it's been, because most of them are still trying to play the old style politics where they feel it's all about ethnicity and religion and all that stuff. So he's hoping that same card, that ethnic card, they play all the time. But what they fail to realize is that they've been playing this card for so long, and what Buhari has done to Nigeria is that he's awoken even some of their people who have been very, very asleep, who have been asleep, because the suffering has been so bad. And even though they've had Buhari, their own person, in power for 7-8 years, for most of the people in the north, this Buhari has been the worst administration that they've actually had. So it sort of defeats that logic that it's all about our people who have to keep power. If you keep power in the north and the people in the north cannot go to the farm, they cannot travel from Kaduna to Abuja, the Northerners cannot move anywhere, they don't have money to feed themselves, then what's the point of keeping power in the north? I mean, if you're going to keep power in the north and impoverish everybody in the north and they can't move, they can't do anything, then what's the point? So he's sort of he's selling an old argument that has worked in the past, hoping that it continues to work. But it's unfortunate because I know lots of people are a bit shocked. But the problem is that people that have known Atiku have always been his antecedents. He's always been somebody that if you look in his past, he's someone that has these tendencies to always gravitate towards this ethnic playing this ethnic card and all that stuff. So but it's good that he said it because it's not something that he can deny now. They can try to whitewash it, but I don't think it's going to fly because I think when you said it's not something they can take back now. Even some of the people that supported him now, by making that statement, it's difficult for him to. It's not something he can take back. It's so difficult. It doesn't matter how Mr. Obaseki tries to whitewash it. It's not going to work. It's just the outburst of a man that is drowning, that is beginning to realize that the is coming to an end for him because he obviously feels that the North, if he doesn't get the vote from, because the South obviously is gone, he obviously feels that the North is the only place I can play, and then I see if we can. With Tinubu telling him, for Tinubu to have the effrontery to tell him to step down for him. I mean, they are doing the calculations. They can see where this is going. Even and that's why it's good that when they come out, and that's why people like Tinubu and all the rest, they keep they're hiding them. They don't want them to come out because when the minute they open their mouth, Nigerians, at least the intelligent ones in Nigeria, can see that these people are empty. Tinubu, Atiku, they have nothing to sell. The only thing they have to sell is ethnicity, and that's the only thing they have. They have no. If you listen to what they said in the Northern Conference, if you listen to them, they don't make any sense. I mean, they just open their mouth and nothing. You can't make any. You are trying to sell yourself to a voting bloc. They're asking you what you're going to do for them, and you just come out with a lot of nonsense. And so the whole thing is just a mess. But obviously, he can't give what he doesn't have, and this is what is inside him. So this is all he has to offer. Now, you talked about this Haruna. I'm not sure if you can sort of give me an idea. I don't know what was said, so I really don't know how to comment. Is it about Sharia? Did he make something? Because I know some people are a bit agitated about.
No, Dr. Haruna did not say anything concerning Sharia law. It's just a doctor from the north that was actually making sense of whatever it is happening in the north. So he came here and he took some questions and he answered them. Basically, yes.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, that's just it.
Okay, so it's nothing to do. Okay, I was talking because I saw a lot of people were talking about. So
No, it's nothing to do with Sharia law.
Okay, no. Well, I wasn't here then, so let me not delay further. Let me allow somebody else to continue. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, son of God. It's been a while. I'm glad to have you here today. Let's move straight to Mr. Kelvin Kell. That will be our last panelist for today. Mr. Kelvin, please go ahead and make your submission. Thank you. Good evening to you.
Yeah, Kashi, good evening. I salute all my fellow panelists. Can you hear me?
Mr. Cal, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay. Yes, I listened to Dr. Haruna and all that he said. He has, in fact, what he said is a challenge to all of us from the South. That man has done so much. It's a challenge for all of us in the South to do more. All right. I want to talk about, especially my two brothers from the Southeast that is talking about this, agitation. See, my brothers, everyone in the panel and everyone that is listening, the assignment we have now, if we are patriotic to our country, Nigeria, is to flush out these bad leaders and elect Obi. You see, at the root of every agitation is bad governance. At the root of every agitation in Nigeria today, all of them are rooted in bad governance. So when we get good governance, we begin to see these agitations, fizzle out. So if the genesis of the agitations is bad governance, when we have good governance, or as we begin to have good governance, we begin to see the exodus of all the agitations. You see, we don't build house from the top. You first lay a foundation, build it up, and then get to the top. It will not make a common sense to go to market and begin to buy a roofing material of a building have not laid the foundation. So if we stay here and begin to talk about this topic of bring agitation, bring Sharia, those are irrelevant. What we need now, because we have cabal that has been ruling running our government affairs for this long. All we need now is the smartest way to take them out. By the time we take them out, we begin to plan, put in good people, good governance, and then time to time, we begin to now discuss all those issues if they are still there, actually. So if we stay here and be talking about Sharia in the east, in the north, the IPOP in the south, so how can this convince people to vote? To come out and vote? You don't need all those things. I having said that, I listened to Atiku and all he said. You see, that's an evidence that Obi has happened to them. In fact, there's a prayer point now saying that may Obi happen to every bad politician. That is when Obi comes, Obi happen to the meaning that unexpected politician will come and turn the situation around. He's talking to the Northerners, thinking that, the way they used to campaign in the previous elections is still the way he would do. Now, in the eyes of youth and even the elite or middle class in Nigeria has opened. Obi has changed the narrative. So that shows that what we are doing, this campaign we are doing, has crippled them. Is working. That statement he made, you look at it very well, is a statement made out of frustration. He doesn't know what else to do rather than to try to, tell his people, see, I'm one of you. You don't need an Igbo man, you don't need a Yoruba man, vote for me. That tells you how desperate he is. He has nothing to offer Nigeria. And he has actually said his mind. Bible says, from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. No wonder someone that knows him very well is doing what he's doing today. Talking about Wike. Wike has said that this man, he can't hold him by his word. And that is what he just said. So these two people, Tinubu and Atiku, we have no business electing them. I'm just watching Tinubu's presentation to Arewa. My people, just go to Arise and look at what Tinubu is saying today. Somebody that is uncoordinated. Tinubu was looking at El-Rufai and called him Madam El-Rufai. Every people he's looking at, he has to look at a written note to call their name. He cannot even see Oshomole and pronounce Adam Oshomole. His hand shaking. That is the person we are discussing whether to vote for or whether not to vote. The only candidate in this election is Peter Obi, and all we need to do is to sensitize our people to get Peter Obi and that is there. By the time they get there, now we can now come as Nigerians and begin to say, okay, look at the kind of policies we want in government. You will count one before you begin to count two. You will count one before you begin to count two. The cabal that are running the government now, they are criminals. You can't listen to them. I mean, they can't listen to us. So all we need to do now is how do we have a concerted effort to get them out? 1983, when Buhari overthrew government of Shagari and Ekweme was asked when he came out of prison, he said, sir, why did you guys just, little thing you guys left off without contending it? Ekweme looked at the pressman face to face and said, it's only a madman that will confront a man with gun. So what am I trying to say now? What is he saying there? He said that means that we will find for a smart way to take these people out, and then when we have a reasonable government, reasonable people in power, we can now sit down and talk. All this agitation, Biafra, IPOB, Sharia, these things will fizzle out. The root cause of every agitation is bad governance. You don't feel among, you don't feel belong, you felt left out. By the time we begin to have good governance, every tribe, every race, every state in Nigeria, every locality begin to witness government presence, agitation will die. My brother, let us first count one before we start counting two. Let's do everything we need to do, double our effort. Our efforts are paying, they are paying off to make this thing work. People in the north are doing more than us in the south, especially people in the southeast. This Obi movement was engineered by those by the big hearts, and we are here still arguing what level now. So let's do everything we need to do, double our efforts, and get Obi elected come February next year. God bless you all, my people.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Kell, for that wonderful submission of yours. God bless you for your support to Nigeria Watch. We really do appreciate you. Thanks to everyone who has contributed and everyone who has super chatted us today. God bless you all, the panelists, the viewers, and of course, everyone. We appreciate every one of you. God bless you guys. May your pockets never run dry. And may the Almighty continuously crown all of our efforts with success. We're going to go on a short break and we'll be right back to give our closing remark on today's topic. Thank you all so much. God bless you. God bless you. We really do appreciate you on this platform. Thank you.
Yes, so we can pepper them. With your designers, you pepper them. Your designers, they pepper them. Your designers, they pepper them.
So your designers pepper demo. I'm so sorry, guys, but that thing always makes me laugh every single time.
Please, please, can I?
Mr.
My question, because you played. I think I've asked this question severally.
Okay.
When you look at Wike, this in designer, na inyash or na waiting. The thing. Sorry. Which one be design? Na in the pepper them na? I don't know.
Designer in green suits. In green suits, that be designer where they pepper everybody. Wicked and funny man. Thank you all so much. I really do appreciate you guys, Daniel. Oh, thank you so much for the super chat. Today seems a super packed show. I agree with Haruna. The structure of Nigeria has been going on forever. So the rebuilding has to be gradual unless you are ready for war, which isn't an option. Election is key. Kudos to Team Nigeria Watch. Thank you so much, Daniel O, for the super chat and also your wonderful submission right there. Really do appreciate you. And to everyone who super chatted us today, thank you all so much, Edo Lights Watch, Osawe again, Omende, Bella Naomi, Tina West, Udo Kajoy, Alozie, Joseph Oji, Jerison Obasonha, Best Amiegbe, Alexander Gomez, and of course, Daniel O. Thank you all so much for supporting us. We really do appreciate you guys. I don't even know how far this thing they go. You guys, I don't know. You guys, thank you so much. God bless every one of you. We really do appreciate you guys, the viewers, the commenters, and of course, our wonderful panelists that we learn from each and every day. Now, God, then will continue to be blessed. And like I always say, may the Almighty continuously crown all of our efforts with success. God bless you all. Thank you so much. Wicked designers, Okay, guys, I'll give you our closing remark right now. And please, guys, you have just 2 minutes to make your closing remark. Please stay true to your 2 minutes. Stay true to your 2 minutes. Help us to like and share this broadcast if you are yet to do so. And do not forget to support us by using the $sign to the right on the comment section. And like I said before, peradventure you stumbled on our page for the first time and you like what we do here, please help us to subscribe and also hit the notification bell so you can always be notified whenever we come on air just like this. And Mr. Nigeria said this earlier, but I'm just going to say it again. This is called the Super Tank. So you can actually support us financially after the show. So you don't necessarily have to do it while we are on air just like this. So maybe you missed the live show and you want to watch it and you feel like supporting us. You can go back to the show there, right there. You can see Super Thanks. It's just thanks right there, but it's Super Thanks. You can click on it and support us with anything that you can support us with. And the panelists, sometimes they say, we're there for panel now. We know go feel support. So you can always go back to the show and just click on that Super Thanks right there to support us. Thank you so so much, and God bless you all. It's called the Super Thanks. Please register that. Super Thanks, Super Thanks, Super Thanks. It's a new feature on YouTube. Thank you all so much, and God bless every one of you. We really do appreciate you on this platform. Now, God will continue to the best now. So we're giving our closing remark right now, guys. Please make it constructive. Stay true to your 2 minutes. Thank you so much. God bless you. Mr. CM, you're up first. Thank you. 2 minutes, please.
Okay. Thank you, Kachi. In summary, what I will urge everybody is that as at as at today, the situation of Nigeria is very, very precarious. Nobody can say exactly what is going to happen tomorrow. Nigeria need a steady hand, a cool head, and a focused mind. That's what we found in P2B. Why we really need a good commander in chief? It's not that the problems will go away, that P2B knows all the even if we start to remind him all the problems now. What we want is when he gets there, because remember he said the youths are running for presidency through him and Yusuf Dati. What this means is that the problems that the people have been talking about, be it restructuring, because I have to make it clear, I've never seen a federation where the state will be going to federal at the end of the month to go and collect a check. Brazil is a federation, Australia is a federation, Canada is a federation, India is a federation, Switzerland is a federation, America is a federation, even Germany is a federation, Britain is a federation. The state of Paulista in Brazil do not go to Brasilia every month for check. The state of Rhine-Westphalia in Germany do not go to Berlin for check. New South Wales in Australia do not do same, going to Canberra, or Canberra they call it. The state of Manitoba in Canada do not go to Ottawa for check, just like the state of Texas or the state of Illinois do not go to Washington for check every month. The Scottish people pass their own budget and spend their own money in the UK. So all these are federation. We have examples to guide us. When P2B gets in, it might end up that the whole of South will be a region to manage these oil resources. Because when I know I'm taking time, when this issue of oil theft, do you know why I cry? Not because they are stealing the oil, but can you imagine Ogoni? And yet there is no money to clean up Ogoni. When I saw a massive rock, it's like a rock like, they say it's sand. That should have been sand. But because of oil spillage everywhere, they can't even grow vegetable, some part of Ogoni land. I once said it here that in my local government, in my father's compound in Anambra, I can drill a borehole well and take out the water and drink, and nothing will happen to me. The people of Ogoni cannot do that. Not because they don't want to, but because of the environmental devastation. And yet the crude oil that is got placed under their soil is being stolen. So without good federation, the Niger Delta will still be asking for handout from the federal government. Let me just put it that way. So P2B coming, that is when we have to, what is called, restructure Nigeria the way it should be, so that you can be a master of your own destiny. If you don't want to be, then it's up to you. I do not see that nobody can define federalism for me. I've given example from different continents now and explain how it works. So
Thank you.
that is exactly the direction we want to go, the road we want to travel. Let the person who will listen to us be there. Then we now bombard him and say, this is what we want. And then it will go on very well. But for now, whatever we are saying is neither here nor there because it's falling on deaf ears. Why not put your own man there, our own man, who will listen and then do what we want
Exactly.
him to do? Thank you.
Exactly. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Mr. CM. Mr. Chooks, please, 2 minutes. Mr. Chooks.
Yeah, thank you, Kachi. Yeah, I just want to use this opportunity to clear the air. I've never been an advocate of the division of Nigeria. Like I always said, I was born and brought up in Kano. Um, and I respect where I was born and brought up. But like I said, I'm always saying this, so that we don't shut each other up. Yes, I am 100% for Obi. I've said it here before, that before I came here, I was skeptical, not because I don't support Obi, but I don't believe that he will do what Nigerians actually want because of the powers that is behind. But when I came here, I saw the way people, gathered around him, talk about it. I always give that kudos to Mr. Elvis, who said, I dedicated this to Obi. And if he wins, this same platform will continue to checkmate him. I always say this here, So me saying this is not because I'm a divisive person, but, when you listen to some certain comments from some certain angles, we don't know what the other elders want him to come and have agreement with them. So by we saying this kind of thing, we make him reason when he goes there to discuss with them. Because you cannot say we are one Nigeria and you say letting whoever that want to rule Nigeria to come here so that we the North, I say it, I repeat it again, we the North will tell him or her what we want. In a same country, that shouldn't be, But I understand that we have to, like a popular Igbo saying, that naka before I join a meaning you have to hold, is it an ego or so, right? You have to catch it before asking if a woman is allowed to eat it. So I understand that, but I just want to make it clear that we are on the part of Obi. We will do everything to make sure he come on board. Then when he come on board, all this our concern, he will be able to address it, because Nigeria is not working. And if we say, let him win and just will last, we will end up going back to the same, even worse. Okay, before Buhari, Jonathan did well economically, right? But because there's no strong institution, look at where we are today. That is exactly what I'm trying to say. People might misunderstand me, right? But I just use this opportunity to clear the air, because if we don't have good institutions that will fight all this, no matter what Obi goes there to do, the example of Anambra can tell you, look at what Obiano did. Okay, so those are the kind of things somebody like me is afraid of. I yield the floor here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Mr. John, please, your closing remark. 2 minutes, please. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And I feel no need to apologize for believing in self-determination and the division of Nigeria. What I will say is that I really appreciate your question to the gentleman earlier today, Kachi. I think I encourage everyone to go back. I specifically asked, where he's from, and I love your follow-up question, because I think it paints a picture of why different people want one Nigeria. Someone made a comment earlier. I think it was Mr. Kell. He said at the heart of every agitation is bad governance. That's not true. At the heart of there's different things at the heart of every agitation. Scotland, that's in a very developed part of the world, is agitating to leave the UK. Catalonia, which is probably in one of the most beautiful areas of what's currently Spain, is wanting to leave Spain. People all around the world are trying to leave the countries that they're in, and it generally sometimes has nothing to do with marginalization or anything like that. Sometimes people just want to preserve their cultural heritage. Sometimes people value the fact that they could have their own monetary policy. That's why the UK didn't want to be a part of the Eurozone anymore. They wanted to continue to control their own monetary policy. What is a monetary policy? That's probably the fastest way to go from consumption to production, because I can guarantee you, if the North, quote unquote, the North, had their own currency and its value was dependent on their productivity, I guarantee you they'd be a lot more productive, especially if the Southwest and Southeast and South-South had different currencies that were competing. So these are things you want to think about. So, the main thing that I want to leave here saying is that I really appreciate Chooks, who may not believe in the division of Nigeria. Thank you for at least advocating for freedom of speech, because I just don't understand in Nigeria where people are advocating for a quote unquote change candidate, but they themselves are preventing freedom of speech and freedom of expression. I can't understand it. So I really enjoyed being here, and I really enjoyed being here today because there was someone from the North who's clearly not Hausa, who's clearly not Fulani, who stated explicitly why they are interested in Peter Obi, which is not bad. You have to survive in order to have opinion. But I don't think, in my opinion, other people's survival has to be at the detriment of my experience. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. John, for clarifying that right there. Let's go straight to Mr. Son of God, then Mr. Just for You. Then we'll round up the show. Thank you so much. Mr. Son of God, please, 2 minutes. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Kachi. Thank you once again for this opportunity. Yeah, I'll just try and keep it as short as possible. Well, I think a lot of people listen to what a lot of different views from different people. I think I think there are a lot of people that still have their own strong opinions on the things they believe in and the other things. But I think what most people are saying is that we can't put the cart before the horse. The way Nigeria is at the moment, we're a few months away from an election. So whatever other issues, other pressing issues, other things that we think that we still want, other issues that we have, the most important thing that we can do right now at this point is to put all our efforts into electing the right person. Because if you don't have the right person in office, it doesn't matter what you want, it doesn't matter what you're agitating for. I'm happy that Peter Obi has come out and said that he's going to meet with all people that are agitating in the country, irrespective of where they come from, the Northeast. So everybody, you come with all your own issues and whatever, and then you can sit down on the round table and discuss it. So that's why I think it's crucial to have the right person that will actually listen to you, because the present government, the present people in power are not going to listen to you. And if you elect the wrong person, it doesn't matter how much you agitate, except you want it to be a bloody revolution where you have to take up arms. If you want things to be done properly, where there will be no loss of blood, you still have to have a government that will listen to you. So that's the only way it's going to work. So I don't think anyone wants to be a bloody one. So let's work towards achieving our aim, and people should go and collect their PVCs. Please encourage people to collect their PVCs, because that's the only weapon that they have at this point to effect change. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Just for you, please, your closing remark before I round up the show. Thank you.
Okay. My advice to people is still remain the same. Please, any comment that will warrant people to begin to say, this is not what we are thinking. So we should show all those arguments, please. When somebody corrects you, accept the argument, I accept the correction. The ability to accept correction lies within each and every one of us. Our priority is to be there. Right from the beginning, we have not had any good government. And the problem of Nigeria, the problem of agitation, I still believe is as a result of bad governance. Right from Gowon was the origin of stealing money in Nigeria, but people don't know. Then to Obasanjo, that during the Idi Amin of Uganda and First Tax 77, most people don't know about all those ones. So the problem is that right from time we have not had a good government. Supposing we have a good government, I don't think Boko Haram will even arise. No Boko Haram, nothing. But the problem is that we have bad government right from the onset. So this time around now, there is somebody who wants to arrange all of that one. And the person of Peter B, we have seen the credibility to let everybody advocate for him. Any action that will warrant you an answer, you are for Fulani, you have only, I don't support it. Let us forget about any action now, or accusing somebody, we will do this one, we will deal with you, we will do that one. No, this is not the time for that now. Let us focus on one thing. We cannot use one stone to kill 20 birds. We have to focus on one first and have that one at hand. A bird at hand what minions in the bush. We cannot be talking of this one, talking of that one. We will be a divided house. We cannot come here every day and be wasting our time. At the end of the day, our objective will not be met. God forbid. Let us, fight the good fight and have our objective. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you very much, as for you, for that closing remark right there. Guys, that will be the end of the show for today. Thank you all so much for your love and support, for always taking time out to do this with us. Like I always say, you can choose to be anywhere, but you decided to always come here. God bless every one of you. We appreciate you. To everyone who has super chatted us today, thank you so much. May your pocket never run dry. Our panelists, thank you so much. Mr. Chooks, Mr. John, just for you, Mr. CM. Everyone, Machiavelli was also here earlier. Thank you all so much. God bless you. And to the wonderful people right there on the comment section, thank you all so much. And how can I forget the amazing viewers watching us every day? Thank you so much. Without you guys, we cannot spell success. Thank you all so much for your continuous love and support. God bless you until I come your way next time tomorrow, 5 p.m. I remain your girl, Kachi. Thank you all so much for doing this with me. God bless every one of you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. This is me saying bye, peace out, and ciao.
Our great Nigeria is possible. Our great Nigeria is very possible. And you,